A red truck arrives at a Chinese military base. A lock is broken in a hangar, but it's empty inside. Someone has stolen a huge dinosaur skull. The same truck enters another hangar. Inside, there is a giant toothy skull, and hiding inside it is a special agent with a gun who starts quickly taking out all the armed guards. When he gets an automatic rifle with an under-barrel grenade launcher, he finishes off the remaining enemies. However, another man in super armor appears, which can withstand even a grenade launcher blast. But he has a golden mega gun that can break through anything. While the agent runs and hides behind walls and containers, the villain loads the mega gun with a mega bullet. He knows where the agent is hiding and takes a precise shot. The bullet pierces everything in its path, including the agent's body. Commander Chang informs the minister about the operation's failure and the loss of the main agent. The dinosaur skull is a national treasure that must be returned. Two soldiers pass by Chang, carrying a basket of old files from a decade ago that they plan to burn. Chang randomly pulls out a file on a fighter who lacked the qualifications to become an agent and was moved to reserve. At the market, a girl tells the butcher that he can't hide. He's easy to find by his beautiful eyes, mouth, and martini. This gives him away, and he needs to pay the woman of easy virtue for her services yesterday. But he has no money. Instead, he pays with a piece of pork. While he enjoys his martini, a bald vegetable seller named Mansai rushes over and says a code phrase. This means there's finally a job for the special agent. Dressed in rural clothes, the man arrives at the office, mistaking the beautiful secretary for her daughter, and leaves a liver from some animal. From there, he goes straight to a secret base, where he is immediately stripped of his cigarettes. However, he doesn't give up his big knife. While the boss talks about the dinosaur, the man examines secret gadgets, combat plaster, a trap hat, and a shield flamethrower. The dinosaur skull was likely stolen by the king of smugglers from Hong Kong. Then, the bald man urinates on the wall and shows off his invention, a flashlight that works on sunlight. It only turns on when there's light, so you need to point another flashlight at it in the dark. Another useful invention is a folding chair, which will help observe the enemy for a long time. Besides selling vegetables, the agent also has a second job in a psychology lab. They studied him there. Our hero and his partner are tasked with eliminating the smuggler. As an advance, they receive $200. The deputy commander is upset that such an important job was given to a butcher. He doesn't trust the chief and plans to send his men to investigate. Another agent immediately knocks him out with a pen. In fact, the commander is the same man with the golden gun. With one shot from the mega gun, he burns the deputy and orders his agent to eliminate our hero. To gain experience, the rookie agent watches James Bond movies in his shack. There, he tries to make himself look impressive. Our agent has arrived in Hong Kong. The views are great, but unfortunately, he has no hotel reservation. He confused the hotel with a motel run by a bearded transgender person with a woman's voice. The agent orders a woman of easy virtue, and the bearded man immediately grabs his zipper. But sadly, he's not the agent's type. Left alone, the man sees a message on the mirror. Someone will be waiting for him with a rose in the park. It turns out to be a dog. No, actually, it's another agent. Too bad his hair got messed up under the hat when they met. They went to the woman's apartment. The man noticed a cigarette butt on the floor. Perhaps an enemy is hiding in the closet, so the agent attacks the furniture. But it turns out to be his own cigarette. To prove he's a skilled agent, he boasts about his special devices. For example, he has a phone that is also a razor. He also has a device that looks like a razor, but it's actually a hairdryer. He has another hairdryer hidden in his shoe. For a spy, appearance is very important. The woman asks to see his partner's gun, but he prefers cold weapons and shows off his knife-throwing skills. However, the knife sticks into the wall 1.5 meters from the target. Then, the woman introduces the agent to her arsenal and explains the purpose of each gun. She has hidden one pistol. The poor agent stares into the barrel of the gun, and the woman is ready to execute him. But he removes the silencer and fits it to his own weapon. She quietly shoots at him with his gun, but he gets her in the shoulder. The strange thing is, the man's gun fires backward. Another attempt, and she wounds her other shoulder. The man is upset that she didn't consult him. It turns out it's a reverse gun. First, it fires backward, then forward. The woman runs to the bathroom and uses a screen in the toilet lid to contact her commander. He says the man needs to be eliminated later, at the smuggler's house. He notices the woman's hands are covered in blood, and she lies that it's from her gums when she brushed her teeth. The man also pops in to greet the commander. He then warns his partner to be careful with the weapon. The woman doesn't listen and gets hit on the head by a chandelier. At the restaurant, the agent again boasts about his knife skills. The woman tells him she hates him. At that moment, an artist thinks they are a couple and takes their picture. Just avoiding food in his face, he leaves them the photo. The man spits on another patron's pants, who turns out to be from the same village as the agent. They have a nice chat. While the man talks to his new acquaintance, two others are robbing a jewelry store and are chased by the police. The bandits start shooting with automatic weapons. While fleeing, they use the agent and a child as cover. The child's father asks to let his son go, but they cynically kill him. The agent is now a hostage. Here, we realize that the Chinese James Bond is not so simple. Then, in the apartment, he hits the target a fly. With his big knife, he cuts off the first bandit's fingers and slits his throat, then takes out two more in the elevator with throwing knives. The woman confesses to the commander that she has gotten closer to the target and now finds it hard to eliminate him. However, she must follow orders. All her family are traitors, and if the man hadn't saved her, she would have been executed with them. Mr. Seducer bursts into the bathroom, playing with his balls. However, the woman is not happy to see him and demands he leave. The man asks her to lend him $500. He should be paid $500 for completing the mission. In the room, the agent meditates and Mickey Mouse mimics his movements. The agents plan to infiltrate the smuggler's villa. The woman gives the man the keys to the back door, but he doesn't need them because he brought a flying case. A Chinese man was launched high into the air, but after flipping, he landed in the same spot. The second time didn't go as well. The door is already open, but the stubborn agent still finds a way to get into the party. He carefully looks around and helps himself to some food. After that, the agent spots his target and follows her. He turns on a listening device, but the signal is weak. So, he decides to dig a tunnel to get closer. While the man looks for a better signal, the woman aims a rifle at him. The transmitter on the agent is well hidden. He sits at a piano and starts playing a song by the woman's mother, who was a famous singer. The woman is touched and can't bring herself to shoot him. After his performance, a lady approaches him. In the moonlight, he sees a big guy planning to kill him with a lamp post. The lady turns out to be a hired killer for the smuggler. The man stabs her arm with a knife. Right away, someone starts shooting at him, also killing the homeowner. He complains to the woman that he can't tell who it is. Finally, when the man runs out of cover, the woman shoots at him, but he quickly jumps into her car. He was wearing a bulletproof vest, so he only loses blood from a thigh wound. The woman plans to finish him off, but the agent gives her a rose he grabbed during the shooting. A toothy freak with a robotic arm tries to stop them from leaving, but they run him over. The woman drags the wounded man into her apartment. Now, she plans to save him. To remove the bullet, she needs the man's huge knife, forged by a famous blacksmith. However, it's too heavy for her. The bullet is too deep and will have to be dug out with a screwdriver and hammer. Instead of painkillers, the man plays a tape of an adult movie. He explains his arousal by saying it's to redirect blood flow. However, the sausage now gets in the way for the woman. She accidentally damages a vessel, causing blood to spill, and the man starts to pass out. They talk to keep him conscious. The woman explains that her painting shows her parents. They are turned away because she doesn't remember their faces. The bullet is finally removed, and looking at it, the man realizes it was fired from the rifle the woman bragged about. She can't kill him, so she gives the gun to the agent, but he shoots at the wall instead of her. Then, feeling hurt, he leaves the room to finish watching the tape. Immediately, the woman is kidnapped by the smuggler's mercenaries, who want revenge for their boss. The man returns to base. The commander sends the agent to the hospital, but actually, he is being taken for execution. They plan to execute him for treason. Everyone by the wall whines and begs for mercy, and they are immediately shot. The squad commander is especially harsh, but one guy turns out to be a karate expert and takes down soldiers from a distance with powerful strikes. He runs along the wall and leaps into the air, but the grenade launcher knows what it's doing. Next in line is our agent. However, at that moment, mercenaries attack the soldiers. They use the woman as a hostage, but the commander shoots her himself. She was wearing a bulletproof vest, and she sides with the mercenaries. While the trio fights the soldiers, the commander puts on a battle suit. Each bullet he fires explodes like a bomb. One of them blows off the robotic arm. The lady activates her secret weapon, a flamethrower. However, the woman's partner used all the gas and forgot to refill it. The next bullet blows her to pieces. In response, the commander receives a powerful hit from a flying hand. However, one more bullet takes out the second mercenary, as if he never existed. Only the woman is left. Just then, our agent comes to her rescue. How did he manage to survive? It turns out he bribed the soldiers with $100, which not only freed him, but also made him a respected man. His partner claims he invented a powerful weapon, and it's time to use it. Unfortunately, the psycho just tied together gunpowder, acid, a grenade, vitamins, and a bicycle chain. Right then, the partner gets shot through the arm. Then, our agent takes over with his huge knife. This amuses the commander. Laughing, he shoots the man. Amazingly, the steel withstands the lethal power of the bullet. The next bullet is stopped mid-air. Using all his spiritual strength, the man delivers a super blow. He cuts through the gun, the armor, and the commander. The butcher shop shakes. The man has no time to serve customers because he's taking care of his woman. However, agents are still distracted by a new commander with a mission. Before he starts the new job, he decides to finish what he started.